Welcome back to How School Works. Today's title, Life is in the Struggle. Now, I know students think that teachers have an easy road to success, but let me tell you a little bit about my history and what it's taught me. I was not the best student in the world. From 3rd grade to 11th grade, D's and F's were the norm for me. My grades didn't turn around until I took media production, because the only reason I wanted to go to school was to be a DJ at our tiny little radio station. When I did, all of my grades went up. But when I graduated and when I signed up for classes at the only college that would take me, I bottomed out. My first report card, 2 D's and 2 F's, a 0.5 GPA on a 4-point scale. In case you're wondering, that's an average of 13%. Go me. Soon after that, I ran out of money, I dropped out, I moved back in with Mom, and I worked at McDonald's for a year and a half until I could afford to return. It wasn't easy, but I turned my life around and I finally graduated from college with my teaching degree. Now, it took a year and a half to find my first job, and the amount of work that was asked of me was crazy. There was no way I could do it all. So at the end of my second year, my supervisor said to me, "Steve, we really don't have 30 years for you to reach your potential," and he fired me. I spent another year working at an office job that paid close to nothing. Then I got my second teaching position, which was even tougher than the first. I had 2 departments, media and drama, which means in addition to teaching all day, I had 3 plays to produce every year. Now, I had huge dreams for our shows, but I didn't realize all the steps that would get us there. We produced A Christmas Carol, and I cast 100 students in the play. There were some big things I forgot, though. Where were the kids going to be when they weren't on stage? Who was going to tell them when their scenes were next? What about food? They were going to be practicing until 7 or 8 o'clock at night with nothing to eat. Did I really want that? No. I just wanted the big show, and I got it, mainly because a ton of parents and my 2 most faithful students bailed me out and took over as stage managers because I was so busy chasing my vision, I didn't know the price we all had to pay to reach it. The main way I learned how to do things is by screwing them up and saying note to self. Don't ever do it that way again. Then, state budget cuts took my job down to half-time. The school couldn't pay my salary anymore, so after 13 years of teaching there, I had to leave. So, who has been the greatest teacher in my life? Failure. I never had it easy. I never got straight A's until I earned my master's degree at the age of 40. And it's time we had a serious discussion about what grade many students and parents expect on every single assignment, which is an A+. I see many of us talk and waste tons of class time, and when I check your web histories, I see entry after entry of silly vines and epic fails when we have a huge project due the next day. And I know that when that grade comes in, many of your parents will call or email me and ask why your grade is so low. But we all know the answer to that. It's either because the work wasn't done or the work was barely done. So, when you fail like that, you should say to yourself what I said to myself back in Michigan. Don't ever do it that way again. If teachers hold your hand and give you grades you don't deserve, you never grow up. You remain a child waiting on mommy or daddy or teacher to swoop in and save you because you don't have the mental muscle to do it yourself. And I don't want you to be a baby. I want you to become an adult, and I want to play a part in that. There are 2 things you can do to be a success in any course you ever take. Number 1, follow the rules and format that your teacher gives you to finish your assignment. These things don't exist to box you in. They're here to give you the quickest route to the A that you want. Next, avoid the distraction and sloppy work habits that bring us to those bad grades to begin with. And if you're listening to this thinking, wow, this guy must be really tough, that's not the truth. Last semester, 58% of my students got an A. That's almost 6 out of 10. You don't need perfection. You need to show me growth, persistence, and maturity, and show me why your effort is more important than a number on a page. Success in life isn't about doing everything the grown-ups tell you to do. Success in life happens when you learn what to do and what not to do, and you do that on your own. If you do that, you can be a success in any class you take. And like me, you'll realize that you're a great student, even when you don't get an A+.